Well, hello and welcome to Finish Strong Friday. Look what we did. We made it through another week. Well, almost. We got a little bit to go, but I want to go over this afternoon with you some because words really do have power, and I want to go over the top 10 powerful words to keep you motivated. So if you need just a little bit more big mo to get you through the week or get you into next week and get you rolling, maybe we got you covered here today. So welcome to Finish Strong Friday. We just want to make sure that you make it happen for yourself. All right, well, I'm going to back out of here so we can get this thing a little bit bigger for you. And I'll be back to see you here in a little bit. But let's go through the top 10 powerful words to keep you motivated. All right, well, let's look at the first one here. Confidence. Oh, there's a good word, right? Well, no matter where you are on your life journey, setbacks can cause disappointment and a loss of momentum. And whether it's a new career you're working on or an overall appreciation of life, which many of you are as well, sometime in conjunction, right? Every step towards fulfillment can seem financially, emotionally, are psychologically draining from time to time. We have a lot of different areas of success, and a lot of times we just try and just go all out on all of them, and you just can't. Life is not going to be perfectly balanced. Hopefully you've learned that by now. If you haven't, you will. So you just kind of have to set separate goals for each of your different goal areas for your social, your mental, your physical. Make your career and your financial separate because they don't necessarily have to be the same, right? But you got to have your physical, your mental in there, your spiritual, your social, so important, your relationships. But be sure that when you're out there that you're not trying to ball them all together because it's just gonna get you in a worse shape. But to boost your confidence, I'm going to give you a list of top 10 power words and the tips to keep you motivated and passionate no matter what life throws your way. So we want to be sure that we get you some confidence going through there. And again, Big Mo is going to be there to help you. So let's get on with word number one. Here you go. Boom. Purpose. We talk about that all the time in the 5 days of you. You got to have that purpose, that life purpose. Because whenever you're feeling discouraged or disappointed, always remember that original purpose. Go back and look at it. And that's why when we use the Phoenix Journal, whatever journal you have, you certainly want to go back every morning and review what you're here for, what that life purpose is. Have your affirmations rolling for yourself. Have that vision board there for yourself, but have your goals, your long-term goals, and have your 1 year goals. Have what you're going to do the next 12 weeks, and just look at these things, but remember what you're doing this for. And that's really one of the purposes of the vision board. Of course, I always talk about the action board. It's got to be a much bigger board and much more important than the vision board. But sometimes you just get so frustrated, you just lose your compass direction. And if you'll just take a few minutes and flip through and look at that vision board and get reattached to it and say, man, why am I really doing this, right? But you got to remind yourself of the original reason for venturing down your path in the first place, and help refresh your mind when things go awry. And it's not if. I didn't say if things go awry, when they go awry, because they are going to go awry. But you got to latch on to that life purpose for yourself. And that's where we start. We want to know what that why is and why you're doing all this. And you need to know that. And your subconscious needs to know that. All right, number 2, planning. Oh my goodness! You mean we just can't get out there, stumble around? It's going to happen? No, planning. You may think you've done enough planning towards the fulfillment of your goal. Thinking it through again will help you eliminate aspects of your plan and of action that may be causing you setbacks. Again, reflect, plan, execute. You got to sit there. You may thought you had the perfect plan, and I guarantee you, when I go back and look at some of my journals, from a year ago, man, I thought I had the perfect plan, and now. Right now the plan is more perfect because I've been working it and been doing those zigs and those zags and making it happen. But put all your thoughts down on paper, from the smallest details to the larger movements. And that's what you do every single day. That's why we monitor these things and why we write these things down. Being able to see the timeline of your mission will help you focus on taking one step at a time to reach your goals. Again, you can't eat that elephant all at once. You got to eat it one bite at a time. So planning is so very, very important. Another word, acceptance. Right underneath acceptance is peace. So when you pull that puzzle out of acceptance, you're going to find peace. Because accepting that you're a human being who's bound to have ups and downs is absolutely crucial to your success. So many times we get out there and we just forget that we're human, right? Well, what do humans do? They make mistakes. Well, without this self-acceptance, you'll be subject to a foggy mind that's unable to think positively, clearly, and innovatively. And you've got to clear that mind and get that focus cleared. And that's one of the big things about meditation is getting out there and just getting free of all this. But self-acceptance is so important, and quit beating yourself up, because when you do, you're not going to be able to think positively, and you're not going to be able to think clearly. You're going to lose focus, and you're certainly not going to be creative or innovative. So acceptance is what hasn't worked in the past, helps you gain a better knowledge of what will work in the future. So you just got to accept what hasn't worked in the past and just say, hey, it didn't work. Hey, I failed, and now I'm going to fail forward. And it's going to help you gain better knowledge of what will work in the future. So keyword, acceptance. All right. One more, reward. Oh, you mean I get to get rewards for this? Well, yes. When your motivation starts to wane, it's crucial to give yourself rewards along the way. That's why we talk about that. You got to have these mini goals, and when you hit these mini goals, have many rewards there for them. So that, and I'm not many as in MANY, MINI. You want to have these stepping stones to get to, and these points that you hit where you say, okay, yeah, this is a key point, and I this is what I've strove for, and you got to put out there, this is what I'm going to get when I get to that point. This is one of the best ways to stay motivated on your path to success. Just don't sit there and say, yeah, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to get that Rolls-Royce Ghost. Well, you know what? That Ghost may be out there for a while. Well, why don't we try some little things in between here before we make that leap to that Rolls-Royce Ghost? Let's try some other things in between here to get us there, so that we can feel like we've accomplished, and our subconscious is saying, hey, that's pretty cool. We did that and we got this. All right. Because by giving yourself a taste of what you're working for, whether it's financial freedom, career responsibility, or your dream lifestyle, you won't feel like you're working so hard for nothing. Because your subconscious, again, is going to be rewarded. It's going to get a little taste and say, oh, I like this. I think maybe I'll help you a little more, right? And this refreshes your mind and helps you work more productively. So reward. Don't forget to reward yourself. All right, health. Seriously? I mean, I got to worry about health and nutrition and all these different things. Yes, sir. Because you know what this entails: moderate exercise, a healthy diet, and 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Now, we talked about sleep before in the past, and it's dependent on you and what you're going to do. But I'll tell you what, you need to find out what level of sleep really, really gets you rolling and keeps you going. And if you need more sleep, then you've got to time shift. That's all there is to it. You've got to, if you're one of these who just has to see this TV program at 10, 11 at night or midnight, whatever it is, dadgummit, DVR the thing and watch it at 6 or 7 at night so you can get to bed earlier and go to bed and get you a good night rest, right? So do some time shifting if you need to, but get that sleep. Plan your exercise. Nobody says you have to go out there and you have to do P90X every single day. You got to run a marathon, whatever it is, but just get some moderate exercise going for yourself. Get that blood going. Get that, again, that miracle morning. Just get up and do some things first thing in the morning and get that success behind you. If you want to do a second one in the afternoon, do it if you got time, but get one of them done for you. And then the diet. Exercise does no good if you don't have a healthy diet. And it's just everything is. I'm talking to some people the other day about the Pareto principle of 80-20 rule, and my goodness gracious, if you'll just make 80% of your diet good, and you can have that 20% or whatever it is you're going to have on the weekends or whatever it is, your cheat days. But let's just try 80-20s for a while and let's get some good exercise going. But don't kill your exercise by having an unhealthy diet, and don't kill everything by not getting proper sleep. because feeling worn down is going to make it almost impossible to pursue your goals and vision with the same clarity and vigor you had when you first set out, because you're just tired. I've been there. I mean, my goodness, you get up in the morning and say, man, did I get any sleep at all? Well, you got to figure out what it is, and get it rolling and get yourself so you're not wore out all the time, and take care of your basic needs first, and you'll be strong enough to pursue your dreams. If you don't take care of yourself, you're not going to be able to take care of others. And that's probably a big part of what your goals and your dreams are about. So you got to take care of you first. So take some time and think about your health. Fellas, okay. I know you gals are probably beating up your guys about it, but guys, pay attention to this, please. All right, motivation. Well, there's a lot involved in motivation. Your attitude, your goals, your ideas, getting support from other people, your past performance, what you're getting done, and your successes. But research motivational books, CDs, and seminars. Really? Am I saying that from A to B for me? Do we talk about motivational books here? Yes, we do. And so get into these things and get on to some of the deep dives and things and stay in that good stuff so you can keep that big mo going. Because sometimes hearing motivational tips from a different perspective can greatly motivate you to act and succeed. And a lot of you say, when in the deep dives, some of your objections early on with me were, I already read that book. Well, really? What would that do for you? I mean, I want you to read it again. And instead of reading it, why don't we do a deep dive and learn it? And then, you know what? Let's do something really radical. And maybe we can actually implement that stuff for a change, right? So reading, learning, and implement is what we're all about here. So maybe you need to look at it from a different perspective and put it into reality for yourself. But find a source or two that touches you in some way and keep them close for those moments when you feel discouraged. And that's one of the really good things I like about the program we have here at A to B for me is you can go back and get it. You can go back, you need it again, go back and get it. I'm not going to charge you again for it. It's your deep dive. You went through it once, go back and grab it again. That's why I talk about in your books always, highlighters, post-it notes, tag things. I like the Phoenix Journal, so you can go back and you can put your great an appendum of everything that happened in those 12 weeks in the back of it, and highlight those things and go back and look at these things. Keep them close so you can go back when you feel discouraged and go back and look at your successes. Go back and find that little bit of motivation that you found in that book. You don't have to read the whole book again. Just go back to your highlighted sections, right? After all, we all get discouraged at one time or another. It's just going to happen. It's not a if, it's a when. Don't matter how big and strong and tough you are, 7 foot tall and bulletproof, you still got some kryptonite out there, and it's going to get you down. And if you don't want to admit it, you need to be man or woman enough to admit that you do get down, because that's just part of life. But motivation, find something out there that's going to keep you rolling. Might be music. Might be going out and just taking a hike or whatever it is, being with nature, something. But whatever it is, keep it close because you're going to need it. All right. Organization. All right. You ever feel depressed and worn out when you clean your surroundings and instantly feel more focused and motivated? I mean, my goodness gracious, I do. I know I look around and I thought, oh man, you got the doldrums and everything's going, but you clean up around and everything looks so pretty and spiffy and nice, and all of a sudden you just feel more focused and motivated because you got something done, right? And it looks pretty, and oh man, I'm excited now. Well, the same applies to your goal. You got to organize and clean house when it comes to the operation of your goals. Organizing yourself gives you a fresh start and a feeling of clarity. So just go back and get yourself organized. And in doing so, you'll be able to attack your short-term and your long-term goals more vigorously and effectively, because you're just not going to have that feeling of chaos around you. You're not going to have that disorganization around you. Your subconscious is not going to sit there and go, look at you slob, what's going on around here, right? But get everything clean. Get your house clean, get everything clean, your office clean, get your goals cleaned up. Be sure that they're specific, they're SMART goals, they're measurable, they're attainable. Get them out there and make sure that everything is right in your goal, but get things organized in your life. All right, refresh. Hit that refresh button. Refresh your plan with something new. It could be a different tactic, a setting, or even a career. A lot of times we get stuck in these ruts, right? I mean, the truck's coming, you're down in that rut. You got to get out of there. You're going to get run over. But whatever it is, break out of the pattern you're in and try something new. If you're not getting anywhere, again, just hit that refresh button and let's get going. Let's try something new. Even if the new tactic doesn't yield positive results immediately, at the very least, it will make you aware of the availability of your options. And go out there and at least you'll know, hey, I've always got this out there. I can do this, blah, 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 right? Or you got a different way, or maybe that tactic doesn't work for this goal, but you might think back, you know what? Remember when I did that? That happened over there. That might work on this new goal. So don't be afraid to hit that refresh button. That's again the beauty of some of the 12-week year. You got a little bit of flexibility. So you're out there and say, well, I tried that for the first 4 weeks of this 12-week period. That didn't work too well. So let me refresh and let's see if I can find something new, a new tactic to work on. So refresh if you're getting stuck, folks. Don't worry about it. Don't claim it as a failure. I mean, it may be a mini failure, but even if it is, you're failing forward. So don't be afraid to refresh. All right, networking. All right, I know a lot of you now are thinking, oh, B&I, I've been through those things before. No, we're just talking about reaching out to people, in your industry or those who share your life goal. And that's why we call ours the network, because it's so important. You need to be around people who share the things that you can and that you can be honest with and have been through your struggles and know what you're going through. And so reach out to people either in your industry, just those who share your life goal. And you can do this obviously a number of ways. You can check out some local clubs. You can find people online, some groups, right? Or just talk to existing contacts that may already succeeded in your goal. You've got people obviously in your LinkedIn network, in your Facebook groups, go up on Clubhouse, whatever it is, and just find people or add some people. But talk to existing contacts that are already done what you're trying to do. Because having someone to voice your struggles, questions, and experience to will invigorate you to keep moving forward. And that's another reason why we have personal coaching here at A to B for me. We have the network things. You can talk to other people, but having that voice that you can sit down to, and you're not going to be chastised, you're not going to beat up, you're not going to be looked down upon. You can be just painfully obvious about what's going on, because we've all been there. I guarantee everything that you're going through, you're not the first. Yeah, you're just not the first. Everybody's done it. Again, these overnight successes were not overnight successes. I guarantee you, they were over years successes. It just all came together at once. So having someone to voice that to is so very important. So never forget networking if you need a little bit of Big Mo to get you through the week. All right. And of course, certainly, it's the last but not least is action. All right. It's thoughts, action. If you don't have action, it is not going to happen. The action board has to be larger than your vision board. I'm telling you this right now. Taking action despite doubts and setbacks will further your progress. That's all there is to it. Whatever is going on in your goals, in your life, whatever it is, if you just act, it's going to get better. It's going to change, right? By moving on despite all your pessimistic thoughts, you will motivate yourself by sheer momentum of doing something proactive to change your circumstances. It's just going to happen. If you don't, I tell you, if you're feeling fat, whether you're fat or not, go work out. You're going to feel better about yourself. I tell you what, there's just something about getting in there. We talk about it in the Miracle Morning all the time. Just the fact if you just have your clothes laid out and get out there and just put your workout clothes on. And if you're trying to do 100 push-ups and you can get 5, well, hey, you did something. And your brain knows you did something. So you got 5. Now come back tomorrow and let's see if we can get 6, right? And I tell you what, before you know it, you're going to be at 100. So take some action. Whenever you feel like your progress is stalled or you simply want some quick inspiration, look to these 10 powerful words we've talked about and these strategies and let them spur you on, right? Because you're sure to find something to get you back on track towards success. So go back, review this again, look at these 10 words. But I'll tell you what, the one that is, again, last but certainly not least, is action. Action cures a lot of ills. So there you go, guys. I mean, you got some time left here this Friday. Let's keep it going. Let's get that action thing going in. I'm going to pop back in and see you again before you go, because I don't want you to not be able to go through the weekend without seeing my bright and shining face one last time. But anyway, remember, words have power. So you want to get rid of the negative ones, Let's hang on to the positive ones, and let's keep moving in the direction of your dreams. Have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you on Monday. We'll have the weekly challenge, new weekly challenge for you to get you rolling and get you started next week. But